I'm going to be talking about Game 2 between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, and what are my predictions, keys to the game for both teams. And I'm going to highlight bullet points of X factors in this game and who's going to be the most important and why, and who I think is going to win, and who I think the better should be placing their bets on as far as in parlays. We'll see how that goes. So, anyhow, Game 2 between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. From Game 1, the Pacers had won that game after being down by 15 points. And Tyrese Halliburton, as you see here, hit the game-winning 2-point shot with 0.3 seconds left remaining. So for Game 2, and I said I wasn't going to be back. I said I thought about not being back on here, but I got a couple more ideas of videos that I wanted to do tonight, so to get it done. So for today, I think for the keys to the game for the Indiana Pacers, I'll start off with them first since they were victorious. The things that they're going to have to do in this game, because Oklahoma City is going to make their adjustments in slowing down the pace and trying to control the fast break and also control the they're going to try to control the buck. They're going to try to control the glass, and of course they're going to have their small ball lineup. You know, they're not going to have Harkenstein and Chet Holmgren on the both at the court at the same time. So they might have matches where it's, you know, Case and Wallace, Shai Gilgeous, Jalen Williams, and Caruso, and then possibly Chet Holmgren. The Pacers have just got to make their own adjustments, you know, like they did in Game 1, where Shai had 38 points. You know, he's pretty much been the main catalyst for them. The Pacers is going to have to try to settle down in the first half, not commit too many turnovers, and get her to their sets. This probably was just nerves and jitterbugs, but they're just going to have to settle down and pretty much control the optics of the game, knowing that the Thunder will come out as aggressive as possible. Complete on-ball pressure from tip-off. They're gonna have to just weather through the storm, make their plays, and create more shots inside the basket, and come with a little bit of ferociousness. And also another thing for them is they are going to have to continue to attack the rim and attack the paint as bluntly as possible. And also what they're going to have to do is, in my eyes, absolute cause total chaos and absolutely cause total wreckage out there on the floor, whether it be Nembhard applying pressure on Shai Gilgeous or Jalen Williams, Naismith guarding whoever he guards, whether it be Lou Dort, you know, or whether it be getting a matchup where he has on Caruso or Case and Wallace. He's going to have to do exactly as he was set out to plan for him to do, as far as like create his own and be as physically aggressive as possible. And then as far as Tyrese Halliburton is concerned, because he had a quiet 14 points, but he also had 10 rebounds and 6 assists. He's going to have one of those games where it's the game of his life. He's going to have to go toe-to-toe with, because I know Jalen Williams going to ball out tonight. He's going to go off. He's going to have at least about 20, 29, 30 points in this game. I know he's going to ball out because he just did not have a strong scoring load, and I don't think that's going to happen again throughout this entire postseason. I think Jalen Williams is going to be on fire. Lou Dort's probably going to be on fire. So what the Pacers going to have to do, they're going to have to match score for score with them. And to me, if the Thunder slow the game down and make it a half-court game for the Pacers, they're going to have to counter move and just don't try to settle for threes. If there's an open three, don't even try to think about taking it. Just attack the basket. Attack the basket at will and draw fouls and get to the free throw line. Whether it be Halliburton being as aggressive as he can possibly be and getting to the basket, Naismith as well. Guys got to put the ball on the floor and drive to the basket. And that's mainly how you be able to stay and maintain and go up 2-0 over the Thunder, because the Thunder's not going to let you just drive and kick, and they're not going to turn the ball over at will and for you to get out in transition. So that's going to be a thing for the Pacers. They're going to have to make adjustments to, knowing that the plan and knowing that in other ways, this is a thing. It's a game about wins and losses, X's and O's, your X, Y, and Z's, and knowing exactly what's at stake. And then for Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, you got to clap and feed the man the ball inside and win at your matchups. That's pretty much what you got to do. Win at your matchups. And even when guys rotate and substitute, same thing for Thomas Bryant. And if Jarice Walker comes back into the lineup for the Pacers, you know, he's got to come in and step up and do his thing. And then McConnell picking the pace up as well. And Benedict Mathurin be as aggressive defensively. If you're in the game, come off the bench, do your thing. Oh, what's going on, Eamon Bailey? What's going on? And Sarita, how we doing? And Joseph G, what's going on? You said they need DeMarcus Cousins. Who are you talking about needs DeMarcus Cousins, Joseph G? But yeah, for the Pacers, yeah, that's pretty much what they need to really do is win their matchups. I know this game is going to be absolutely hellacious. The crowd is going to be rocking. It's going to be raucous. It's going to be just super atmospheric. They're gonna be as loud as they possibly can be. So the Pacers just got, like I said earlier in the stream, just weather the storm. They're just gonna have to weather the storm and continue to do what they can. But yeah, they're gonna have to do basically what they can. So that's just how I see it for the Indiana Pacers. Now, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, their things and their keys to the game, for me, their keys to the game, in my opinion, are number one, they have got to get a good open looks. They cannot play like they played in the fourth quarter in game one and just be on survival tip mode and just trying to play with the lead. They got to play and be as aggressive as they can and maintain the lead. They have to maintain their own background. They have to maintain the lead as they possibly can, knowing exactly what could be at stake. And whether it be Lou Dort getting a couple threes and boosting up his confidence, whether it be Jalen Williams shooting the mid-range, fading mid-range, whether it be Chet Holmgren, alternate shots, whether it be him getting an attack on the rim on Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, whether it be, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander taking about 25, 26 shots. It don't matter. The Thunder have got to be on their P's and Q's. They got to be on their P's and Q's. And number two, Jalen Williams has got to be both the playmaker, and the facilitator, because they're going to try to double team and take areas away from Shai and meet him to his left instead of going to his right. That's just my thing. They're gonna have to have Jalen Williams be aggressive and be that facilitator, knowing exactly where his game is gonna be at cost. And I know they're watching a lot of film of game one, knowing what they have matches they're gonna have to go with, and knowing what adjustments that they have to make as far as staying openly aggressive, staying in the moment. And I think the nerves will not. I think the nerves will not be there as it was in game one down the stretch, knowing that they had not been in that situation, especially in the finals, to close it out. But they've been in precarious moments in the playoffs where they lost game 1 at home and they bounced back and recovered for me. And also the third and final bullet point for the Thunder is defensively. He's been known to be as great all year as all year. Do is what you can do to possibly can. I don't know if they're gonna have a game where they're gonna force 25 turnovers, but they have to get in transition. They have to get in transition. They have to get a lot of fast break points, and they got to match score for score with the Pacers, and make this game a half court game, and see how Indiana adjusts. So that's just my keys to see how that will entail and unfold. The X factor for the Pacers, I would say, is probably T.J. McConnell and Benedict Mathurin. I think those two would be a huge key. And then for the Thunder, I would say Cason Wallace and Alex Caruso. And for my pick, I'm going with the Thunder in this game. I think the Thunder will probably rebound. I think the Thunder will rebound and bounce back from a heartbreaking loss down the stretch in the fourth quarter. I think they'll bounce back and win this game. I don't think they're going to blow them out like a lot of folks think they do, but I do think they'll win probably by single digits. Probably I'll say about 9 points, maybe 8 points, somewhere around there. I could see this being like a 121, 116, or 112 kind of win. I can see that happening. I think the Thunder will probably get there. He said Nembhard was cooking last game. Even Bailey, yeah, he was. Nembhard pretty much has the ice in his veins as far as like just dribbling and getting to his motion and getting to his spot. Yeah, he knows how to get it to his spot, and his defense and his conscious continuously making good stops on Williams and Shea on the defensive end, which led to him cooking in the fourth quarter, because the Pacers 3-point shooting percentage was just on fire in that fourth quarter with like 9 minutes and 40-some seconds left. That just goes to show you that their defense was able to get good stops, and it was able to get out and to make ways for them and to get into rhythm, because in the first half their 3-point shooter was awful. I mean, their 3-point shooter was absolutely awful in the first half. But second half, it's a tale of two halves. It could be so different. Let me turn this thing up. Anyways. And that could be a thing where it turns. Sorry about that. Turns. That could really be a game where it puts things into thick and thin tenfold. I can see the Thunder, like I said, winning this game by 9 points. I think, to me, they are a team that's gonna rebound, and like I said, they don't lose back-to-back games at home. They haven't done that all season long. I don't think it's gonna happen in this finals. I just don't see it happening. However, if somehow, some way, the Pacers found a way to steal game 2, oh man, not only the immense amount of pressure is on the Thunder, I would think doubts will start to linger in their minds. The doubts will start to linger in their minds if that happens. I think the doubts will completely linger, and the doubts and the absolute momentum not only is shifting over to the Pacers, but that tension and the moment will start to get to them if that happens. Oh, even Bailey, if you did not notice, I'm rocking with the Pacers. Yeah, you already know that. I mean, you already know who I'm rocking. I'm rocking with the Indiana Pacers on this one. I'm from Indianapolis. I'm a huge fan of my teams. The Fever and the Pacers, all that to the brunt, to the T. So that's who I support. But yeah, I think the Thunder will probably bounce back and rebound tonight, because I watched plenty of NBA finals. I don't see teams that are number 1 seeds lose back-to-back at home. I haven't seen that happen at all. I haven't seen that in a long time. Just for me, I think they'll rebound and win this game by 9 points. I can see that be the case. And for And for them, that would be a thing where they head to Indiana, knowing that the series is in the breadbasket in their favor. It could be a thing where the Pacers, knowing what's at stake, they will have to come out hot in Game 3 if my prediction is right. So that's just my overall thoughts and how I see the game going on. Now, the main thing about what happened with Halliburton hitting that game-winning shot, and people called him overrated, and I wanted to address those things in my preview. The thing about Tyrese Halliburton's game, it's not really too sexy, is because, I mean, even the Pacers as a whole, the Pacers as a team don't really get that national televised games and national coverage because, because they're not only a smaller market team, a smaller market franchise, a smaller market organization, but like the names, the Pacers don't have that certain kind of league-wide support as far as like officiating goes, and that's the thing. And those are the things that could hurt them at one point in time. And so even when they was going into the postseason, this postseason, you can see that they don't have the sexy names. They don't have the overall the overall vibe and the culture, because we are in like more or less a time where people have been considered as far as fans racial, and fans racial or ties back to a lot of racial ties. So that's why we don't really have, as far as Indianapolis goes, don't have that big kind of wide range of appeal. Now, with Halliburton hitting those clutch shots, yeah, a lot of people don't really like him, and a lot of people don't really like his arrogance, out there, the cockiness. Some people don't really like those kind of things, but for me, I don't really care. I just think that overall, as long as you put the ball in the basket, as long as you make, your timely buckets, that's all that matters. I don't really care about what people dislike and what people like at certain points, because at the end of the day, we all have our own, taste and who we value, who we don't value. So it's just a matter of what styles make the matches, or what styles make the fights, what styles makes the battles. So and then for me, while Halliburton to me hasn't been as aggressive and inconsistent at certain points in playoff games, especially in closeout games, and then the other night he really wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. I think it's the time. I know the stage is gonna be is not big at all for him, so I believe he'll come through and pull through. But anyways, those are my thoughts about Game 2 preview. Who I think is gonna win and the keys to both teams. Who do you guys have down in the comment section? And also, tell me your top 5 biggest moments or best moments throughout this entire postseason. And also tell me why. Like, what I mean by top 5 moments, like top 5 clutch moments, or top best playoff games. Anything like that, you can let me know down in the comment section. And also, what are your guys' expectations next year for both teams? Let me know also down in the comment section. So, I got another video that I want to cook up, and I got a couple of albums that I want to talk about real soon. I did listen to the Lil Wayne Carter 6 album. Yeah, I was not impressed with that project, so I wasn't impressed with that project at all. But I got some content for that coming up. I did listen to the McKinley Dixon project. Oh, and I also did listen to Sabrina Claudio's album, Fall is in Love with Her, that album. And I listened to the Miley Cyrus Something Beautiful. So we'll be on the lookout for a lot of these album reviews coming soon. New material coming soon. Just haven't had the time to hear everything, because nothing really has been inspiring for me. But overall, I'm gonna talk about all these other things real soon, music wise as well. And I'm gonna come back post game and do a reaction to it as well, live as the game goes on for the Pacers and the Thunder. So I'll be back here to do that as well. So yeah, be on the lookout for it. So again, thank you guys for watching this preview. I will be on out of here really soon. And peace. Like, share, and subscribe.